Hi, welcome to everyone's favourite segment, Mailbag, where I open viewer mail and also company mail. Companies can send stuff in to send it to PO Box 7949, Norwest, New South Wales, Australia, not Austria. Spoiler alert, we have Ploopy headphones. Thank you very much, the Ploopy Corporation. That's what they call themselves. Anyway, fantastic. Let's check it out. Tongue at the right angle, always important. Let's go. We have a note. But let's get straight in. Oh, hang on. Got a USB cable. So they are obviously USB headphones. Oh, look at that. Whoa, whoa. Enormous. And they're purple for all you purple aficionados out there. These are not commercial headphones. These are do-it-yourself jobbies. Oh, look. Oh, look, it's got wood grain on it. Oh. So these are either broken or I've got to assemble this together. But these are, anyway, I'll show you up close. Yeah, wood grain on the outside for a touch of wankiness. These are like do-it-yourself headphones. So let's check them out. I can't do much here, so let's go to the bench and the computer, I guess, to play them. Hi Dave, thanks for looking into this. Everything is assembled and ready to use. Just insert the left and right drivers into the headband, doesn't matter which. And thank you and enjoy. Colin and Phil, the Ploopy guys. These are open source headphones, open back headphones, which is my favorite. I do not like closed back headphones. They're just no. Open back headphones. These are open back monitor headphones that are DSP. So it uses an external DSP and driver here, which you can individually tailor. And all of this is open source. All the design to build this, and you can buy the complete kit for 130 Canadian dollars. None of that American rubbish. 130 bucks Canadian for the kit, or as you see here, fully assembled for 250 bucks. And these are designed as reference monitor speakers, and they use apparently a planar magnetic design in here, and they've 3D printed a Helmholtz resonance thing here, so that and then individually tailored, and then you can individually tailor and tune it using the DSP and the software. And it's all open source, and they've got this, is that 3D printed too on the complete flex thing, or is that using something else? I'm not going to disassemble it. Anyway, nice and soft and squishy. And even the case here is 3D printed as well. So we've got the headphone out and USB-C in, and it uses a Raspberry Pi processor in there. So anyway, the fact that, you can do a do-it-yourself headphone, I think there's going to be lots of, aficionados out there who just love to tweak their headphones, the fact that you can build it yourself and then tweak it to your own personal taste. I think that's fantastic. Not a fan of the purple, but gee, it's all about how it sounds. Don't know how they've done the ear muff here. Maybe that's like a commercial one and they've designed it around that. Not entirely sure, but anyway, these are quite large. These are physically quite large cones, and well, let's plug it in and we'll try out the software. And sorry, this is not Hero Vision, so unless I design like a proper acoustic head, like with a proper acoustic ear, with a proper measurement mic in there, I can't do comparisons on headphones. So trust me, bro. And there's inside the driver there. It uses a Raspberry Pi Micro here. And, well, I won't go into huge details. You can, this is all open source. So you can manufacture it, you can play with it, fiddle to your heart's content, make your own if you don't want to buy the kit. I believe it's all available on the GitHubs and whatnot. So, yeah, this is a complete DSP done locally here, but there's a piece of software that hooks up to it and then allows you to, tweak it to taste. And wood grain, of course, is that some sort of like Canadian timber? Oh, pure wankery. It's going to make it sound more better. The cables here have an outer sheath and just 3.5mm jacks on the side there. Oh, one's left, one's right. So that, yeah, you don't want an integrated cable. You want to be able to roll your own there, of course. Now, as for the band up here, there you go. They're 3D printed in little notches there, and they've got this clip up top, I guess, which helps it in. They said I could put it in either side. It didn't matter, and oh, that And that's not going to come back out unless I probably take the screws off there. Wow, that works remarkably well for a 3D printed thing. That actually feels rather professional. Oh, hats off. So I've got my Ploopies on, and the cables stick out the front. I'm not sure if that's the best thing or out the back. I don't know. I'd have to, yep, no idea. But that's just the way. If you want to go left, right, I could swap them, of course. But anyway, they're very light. There's hardly any pressure on those at all. And the first thing I notice is that, yeah, they're comfortable because there's hardly any pressure whatsoever. Comfortable on the top and at the sides due to that lack of pressure. But as soon as I move my head at all, there's a squeaky noise, unfortunately. So I assume that's due to the slippage because I can feel them slipping and they're just rubbing. So there's just not enough pressure there. So that's one thing. But anyway, I just plugged it in and it appeared as audio and like a headphone actual device. And Bob's your uncle. And I'll play something I'm familiar with. Because this idiot I listen to all day, every day, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. So I kind of know what he sounds like. It works. It's low. I think my volume's low. I'm up to 100% and it's not loud. That sounds pretty good. Now I'm behind camera. Maybe it's a little bit tinny. I don't know. I've got to, like, I'm comparing them to my studio monitors. I never edit with headphones. I edit with studio monitors. That's not going to tell you anything, of course. Hold up to the microphone. Trying to look at a signal, and there it is there, 30 millivolts, peak to peak. I need a bit more depth on that, I think. Now, I've swapped over to my Samsung SR850 headphones. I've got custom foam, extra foam padding on these. So these are my standard reference headphones. They're probably the best you can get, like a bang per buck for a reference monitor headphone. And they're reasonably regarded. Try these, switch it directly back over. Yeah, there's not much difference there, actually. I'd maybe tweak up the bottom end, but this idiot with the high-rising terminal Aussie voice is really annoying. Anyway, it is going to have to be one of those trust me bro things, because I can't possibly get you a proper comparison using a microphone. It's just not going to do it. That sounds pretty good. So they've got not just headphones, but they've got open source moose as well. Excellent. So here it is here, like a planar magnetic design. Haven't had a look at that. Studio monitor frequency response out of the box, etc., etc. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, they've got their Helmholtz resonator, and it's all open source. It's all open source. There you go, Burr Brown, for you Burr Brown fanboys, PCM 3060 there. If you didn't see that in the close-up, there it's got the Raspberry Pi 2040 controller there, and this software, Get the Headphones Toolbox. You know, George Norton's GitHub. I don't know who George... Oh, okay, and this is a third-party person who's designed the software. Have they? George Norton's GitHub. Let's just get the latest... Let's just download the latest monitor software for it. And there you go. That was really easy. And now I'm listening to myself yap on. Okay, so we've got flat, but presumably, I don't know, how do we use this? Can we rename? So, oh, you can have different configurations. So if, you know, different family members use it or something like that, you can have your own tailored response. Can we just... No, I can't just drag that. A new configuration. Oh, there you go. Preamp. Oh, there we go. That's the preamp. These sound really good, and we can tweak the frequency. Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. We can see where the peak, the frequency peak is. That sounds pretty good. And the gain. Whoa. Wow, you can play with this until the cows come home. I don't know what the quality does. Oh, I can hear the difference when quality's down low there. Don't know what that quality factor is. That's like compression. That's obviously some sort of reference number that they've picked. And then, so that's for peaking. This is for low shelf. And, oh my goodness, high shelf codec configuration, 16, okay, 32 times oversampling is not going to make a difference. I wouldn't expect that to make a difference for my just voice. Digital roll-off, that's not going to make a difference with voice. Digital de-emphasis, oh... Hard to tell. You'd have to get somebody else to control it. and see if you can hear a difference, because, you know, you don't want to bias yourself. Ha! Get it? Mirror week. So sorry, yeah, I obviously cannot do this thing justice, right? But trust me, they work, and they sound probably as good as my Samsung SR850s. Yeah, I'm not, they're pretty good. But with these, I don't get that squeaky thing when I move my head. So that it's just a design of the, just the looseness of them. I guess, my head too small? Never been accused of having a small head. And then I've also got these Audio-Technica ATH-AD700Xs. Yeah, there are differences between these headphones, but I'm not sure which one I'd actually prefer. I just think these actually sound pretty good. I'm not saying they're better or worse than the others. They're all slightly different, as you'd expect, but you can tailor the response to what you want. And that's, you know, I don't have these with, well, maybe you could install like a software thing, like intercept thing, DSP intercept thing for your headphones. I don't know, to tweak them, but yeah, we can, right? So we can individually enable, disable any of these, like bandpass skirt, bandpass peak, notch filter, custom IIR filter. Wow. It's literally, right? Wow, you can set the coefficients. Are you kidding me? This is nuts, right? This is nuts. And that's the thing you can get with custom, right? I can enable that. Whoa. Whoa. And then I can disable that, and it all works in real time. It's great. I can hear that low pass. There's not much in my voice below 612 hertz. Anyway, so what I've got is just flat at the moment, and just flat response. Sounds fine. Whoa. There's some bass in that. Playing me some MC front a lot. Whoa. Wow, that's got some serious bass. Whoa, yeah, I can just feel the under 40 hertz bass there. I've just filtered off everything else. Wow, that's amazing. Anyway, they sound really good. I'm happy with the Ploopy, apart from the loosey-goosey, scratchy thing when I move my head like that. But they've done an excellent job. So yeah, thank you very much, Ploopy. That's terrific. You can muck around. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of people who want to muck around with their own open source headphones, either build them themselves or just the ability to just tweak it and muck around with it. Wow. That's, it's very cool. I wouldn't have thought that like a do-it-yourself headphone like this could be fun, but it is. I like it. I like it. I'm just going to maybe strengthen that up some. Oh, geez, it's very different. Now, geez, wouldn't want to have a closed back headphone. Anyway, these are very cool. I'll link them in down below. Thank you very much, Ploopy. Well done. Anyway, these are fun, and they've done an impressive amount of work on this. So I'll link Ploopy headphones down below. Check it out. I even like the name. Next up, we have another one from the United States of America. It's already opened. I don't know why I opened it. Maybe I didn't realize it was a mailbag, and I forget what's in here. Anyway, let's have a look. Well, we have a note. Won't read that. And what is it? What is it? That is a holder. What? Does that? How does that? Oh, okay. Oh, that angles. That's a probe holder. Cool. Wow. Okay. Cool bananas. I'm sure that is a probe holder. Okay, let's check it out. So here's Ned's EEtackle, made in the United States of America. Fantastic. And it is a oscilloscope or multimeter probe holder. We've of course seen variations of these in previous videos, and there's been pros and cons of them. This one is designed to be a hefty weight like this and basically leverage like this. So you stick your probe in here, and the heavy weight on there just puts your probe down onto a board. So that's rather neat. And of course you can change the angle like that based on what angle you need. I'd say that angle is probably like it's adequate for going right to the ground like that. That was its design purpose. Probably would have been nice to have a little bit more range than that, but I'm certainly not going to complain about that range. So anyway, let's give it a whirl. Anyway, it's very nicely built. I presume this hole over here is just to move it around like this, but it might have been nice if it had like some like non-stick rubber feet, although you can add your own. It does actually have a couple of feet there. You can add your own. It slides around, but anyway, let's give it a try on a board. So of course, when you've got a board on the bench, especially like small, lightweight ones like this Arduino Mega here, it's just going to slide around on your bench. So, you know, you're really, like, you want something heavier, some sort, you know, there's lots of solutions for holding your board. So anyway, let's whack our probe in there. So here you go. We can just hand tighten that up. There's no need to actually use a driver for that. But anyway, there you go. I can now tilt that, and that is not loosey-goosey either. You don't want that ball joint in there loosey-goosey. It actually requires, you know, a significant amount of force to do that. So I'm going to actually probe down on one of these pins and see if we can get a result. Okay, so this is one of these annoying fine pitch jobbies here, and let's see if we get something on the crow over here. And I think I've got the right pin. Oh. Have I got the right pin? There we go. Look at that. And the weight of that, there's a pretty decent hefty weight in that, but that works really well. I'm happy with that. I'm going to use this sucker. This is quite good. And of course, if you want it angled, you can actually rotate like that as well. So, you know, you could go in at an angle if you really needed to, but the weight is still coming down, but there's no way to avoid that really. And there you go, I've got it coming down on an angle like that now as well, and that works great. I really like that. That's a Bobby Dazzler. That's an absolute winner. So thank you very much, Ned, for sending that in. That's terrific. I reckon if you're in there, you've got to have some sort of probe solution like this, and there's others on the market. Although I find some of the ones I've looked at previously didn't have the hefty weight in there to actually, you know, get like, because you've got to, of course, depends on the sharpness of your probe, and you've got to pierce through any oxide coating on there, and, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah, the more weight, the more better, and this thing works really well. I like it. So can I, what? I don't know how well I'm on that pin. I'd actually need a magnifying. I'll have to get my macro lens to see how well I'm actually on that pin. Really? Oh, geez. Bloody fine pitch things. But yeah, that's working even if I diddle with the bench here. So yeah, give it a bench a bit of a wobble. You can't see that, but the bench is physically wobbling. And that probe's staying on there at an angle like that. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Ned. Anyway, sells this on eBay and Tindy, so I'll link in the website down below. Or you can do the scannery doodad and go over to EEtackle.com. Nice work, Ned. And it can also hold your multimeter probes as well. No worries. Hi to all my viewers in Switzerland. This one comes from Two-Wave Technologies. So, does that... Don't need the knife for this. I think this is gonna... There you go. Two-Wave Technologies. I wonder which waves. Are they sinusoidal? Are they something else? I don't know. I've got a little box of something, a LED status display. What do we got here? Your cordless Intertooth. It's an Intertooth. Your cordless COM port. Cordless COM port. It's a Bluetoothy, wireless Bluetooth connection to the notebook. And, oh, cool. Okay, this looks really quite professional. I thought it'd be like a do-it-yourself thing. No, it's got the Ethernets, it's got USB-C, and it's a serial input. Whoa, straight off the bat, I would have said, oh, it would have been nice to have like the leads coming, you know, out so that you can probe, like actually put them on a PCB, so a 0.1 inch pin header up here for your input. So if you've got something you want to probe, like a serial port you want to probe on a board or something that's in a remote location, then, and you don't want to have wires running everywhere, this could do it wirelessly. I don't have anything like this. Cool bananas, let's check it out. No, stupid me. I was thinking that this product was for like serial, like actual connections in products that I'm used to, like UARTs and stuff like that, and like TTL level UARTs, so I can plug it into the latest oscilloscope and get the, you know, the latest serial dump or whatever. No, it's not for that. It's a specific bit of industry kit for the networking industry, for those who manage switches and routers and things like that. You've got 3 different ways to connect into a switch in your router. Either you connect via the Ethernet, which is not Ethernet. Apparently some switches have like a dedicated Ethernet port that also doubles as a serial a console interface. It's designed to connect to a console. And also the USB here not only powers the internal rechargeable battery, which has like a 30-hour battery life in it, but it also, apparently some switches and network routers and whatnot have like a USB console interface, and of course a lot have the regular old school RS-232 serial console interface. So this handles all 3 of those apparently. And well, I do have a dumpster switch available which might be able to work, but I don't know. I might not be able to get this working sufficiently to evaluate it. But anyway, let's take it apart. And here it is here. They're 2 network engineers, and they decided to, build the product that they wanted. So, so it connects to the console ports. As I said, either Ethernet, USB, or serial. And there's their first prototype. I love it. Look at that. Just point to point on a bit of perf board. Fantastic. So let's have a look inside this thing and see what the final production's like. Oh, hello. That looks very nice, doesn't it? I really like that. Sorry, it's upside down. All the electrons are going to fall out. Your cordless COM port. And I'm sure the network engineers are probably in the audience. I know there's a lot of them probably wetting themselves right now, wanting one of these things. Of course, to meet the FCC compliance. And it says that, made in Italy. Look at that. From Mini Tools. Oh, the case is made in Italy. Fantastic. I've never heard of Mini Tools before, but that's absolutely terrific. Anyway, it says on the bottom that it has the FCC, it contains FCC requirements, and this is one of the, if you're developing a niche product like this, you don't want to dick around with getting your own compliance and stuff like that. You just buy an already compliant module and you just whack it on your board. It costs more, but it takes a lot of the stress and expense out of getting a product to market. Anyway, what do we got there? I can't see that on the camcorder screen. Oh, it's a pick. Pick fanboys go wild. It's the 24F J1024 series. So yeah, nice. They've got a little pick there, and it doesn't need a huge amount of effort. So nice to see a pick in a design there. And under there, we've just got a LiPo. Yep, battery. There it is there. Yep, no worries. And that gives you your 30 hour, nothing on the bottom. And that gives you your, I think about 30 hours battery life. And it has a smart power off feature as well, and it'll beep at you quite loudly that, if you left the thing in the data center and, the pointy head boss has come around and given you another task and you forgot that you had this hooked up, it'll beep at you and tell you that you've left it behind. Nice. Anyway, that's a very nice build. I like that. So I've got my own dumpster notebook because none of my machines here in the lab actually have Bluetooth because they're all like desktops and dumpster machines and stuff, like they're not laptops. So anyway, it connected and no worries. And then you go into Bluetooth and COM ports, and sure enough, incoming, outgoing, there you go, COM3 and COM5. Nice. And boom, I open up Termite, which is a terminal program, and there it is. It's automatically selected 57600, 8N1, and Intertooth, your cordless COM port, etc. Version 4. No, that's 9600, but it said it was 50. I don't know. Anyway, we're in. Oh, look, it's beeping. It's actually got like an auto power off warning thing, which is nice. If you leave it, hooked up in your network room or whatever, it's gonna beep fairly loudly. So yeah, I did, because I hadn't done activity for so long. Anyway, nice touch. Sorry, I'm not screen capturing this, but anyway, I entered in $5 signs, which it said to enter config mode is active. Press dirt for help. So I can do that, and there's no help. It said help. I want help. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm just not nerdy enough to use this. I can get into the config menu with the $5 signs here, but then like you're supposed to be able to change the baud rate and change all sorts of things to do with the setup and be able to view the configuration, but I can't, and I have RTFM'd and I don't know how it actually works, because it just seems no matter what I type, right, Joshua, it just echoes that back. So I'm not sure if I'm in some like echo mode or something, but I don't seem to be able. You're supposed to do Intertooth hash and then view config, and that doesn't work. I've tried this many different times and many different configurations, and I can't seem to get it to do what it's showing in the manual. So I'm probably just dumb. I probably got my configuration set up wrong, and anyway, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with this anyway, because the only like switch thing I've got, like manage switch thing, is this thing I found in the dumpster, and it's a Linksys thing, and it's got a serial port on it, but I don't seem to be able to get anything out there, and I've tried another tool as well, and I can't seem to get anything in or out of that. So I don't know if this is busted. Like, it came from the dumpster, the fan sounds like a jet engine, and it's got no it looks like it has no RJ45, that Ethernet connection that actually works as a COM as well, and it's got no USB interface, which is the three interfaces for this thing. You either connect the serial via the Ethernet, but your switch has to support that, and mine doesn't, or you get the serial, which I'm not even sure this is actually working to begin with, or the USB on here. You can actually connect, apparently some switches have like a USB port on them, and you can access them that way, and this is designed to be flexible enough to connect to switches for all three of those things. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it quits for the mailbag, because I don't want to spend countless hours on this trying to get it work. Sorry, Intertooth. I'm sure your tool looks very professional and designed for a specific market that I'm not into, I'm afraid. But yeah, I'm afraid I'm just not networky smarty enough. Leave it in the comments. People are probably screaming at me. I'm doing something dumb, but I just can't get this thing working. Like, and if I try and do the help thing, like the help just like echoes back the stuff I've already typed in. So I don't know what the heck's going on there. I don't know. Even though I've RTFM'd, I'm just, no, this is dumbass Dave. Sorry. Anyway, this does seem like a very cool tool if you're into that, networky switch, the IT business where you monitor, you're in a data center and you're configuring switches and routers and things all day long. I'm sure it's great, but fortunately, it's not the tool for me. Don't have any way to test it. Anyway, I'll link it in down below. Thanks, Intertooth. I think it is I like niche tools like this that just do a specific job, and that's and that's it. Unfortunately, that's not my business.